6th and 7th men, but he's starting tonight, so be interesting to see who comes off the bench along with Fab.
Defoe wins the tip. Scott Martin with the ball, brings it over halfway. Eagles looking to set up a play, early play. Jackman finds Fletcher, who tries to penetrate, well guarded at the top. He goes for the three-point shot and makes it. So there's a three-point start for Eagles.
Well, Fletcher always figures somehow from the tip-off. I didn't expect him to quite figure like that, shooting over a much taller player, but what a coolly placed three-point shot.
Taylor, as we thought, bringing the ball up for Lions. He was guarded by Fletcher. That's going to be one of the key matchups tonight. And there's a Woomy going for three, and he's missed that one. And Scott Martin Olin Jackman comes up with the rebound. He finds Lasker, and Olin Jackman going coast to coast. Just fails to roll it home in the return pass from Lasker.
Yeah, I'm interested to watch this Eagles defense because they were very quick to double Zaire Taylor last offense, which led to the Lions moving the ball very quickly. And there's another example, going over and looking at Zaire, and Jamal Williams wide open, nails the three.
Yeah, and that makes it 3 points all. Fletcher with the ball for the Eagles, gives it into Defoe. Defoe faced up by Williams. Turns, shoots, misses. Woomy with the rebound. Taylor straight up to Jamal Williams again. Finds a Woomy. Woomy goes and penetrates at the key. Williams outside again for another 3-point. Misses it this time. Hassan takes a rebound. Taylor takes a 3-point shot. And we've certainly seen a lot of 3-point shots early, Dave.
They've set the scene, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're going to say to the Eagles, we're a 3-point shooting team, come out and guard us. And the Eagles are going to have to pay respect to that because these guys have been hitting threes.
And I think as well, part of that strategy is, you know, it can also possibly give Hassan some room inside the key to get him free. Martin looked for a three, but he's gone inside. Back out, Jackman looking for three. He goes inside now. Lasker tries to penetrate to the top of the key. Nice 2-point shot from Drew Lasker.
Well, the two shots the Eagles have taken have both been tough shots, but they've made him with really good execution.
I think Taylor and Fletcher facing up again. They're going to see a lot of each other tonight, those two. Taylor finds Hassan inside. He back out again to Jamal Williams in the corner. And that was an air ball at shooting three. Scott Martin takes a rebound. Fletcher brings it up. He goes for another three-pointer. That's off the rim. Defoe almost gets a rebound. Ball goes free. Lasker with a three-pointer. That's short. Lasker gets his own rebound. Behind the back pass to Defoe. Sorry, to Jackman. And Jackman working hard inside. Makes the two.
Tough move from Olin Jackman. Good rebound. Got his position set his feet beautifully. Really powered up to make that easy two off the backboard. But if you watch this London offense...
There's a steal on halfway by Scott Martin. And he takes it all the way for a 2-point lane. Eagles off to a 9-3 start. Yeah,
and making a statement with the defense. One thing to watch out for, the longer the London offense goes on, the more they drift somebody to the corner for a 3-point shot.
Now, that's another 3-point shot there made by the Lions. That was Kai Williams, brother of Jamal Williams. We've got to mention that before, that you have the Williams brothers on court. Jamal starting in place.
And both of them very efficient from the 3-point line. And not at all concerned about putting them up even if they're missing them all the time.
And there's Martin with an outside 3-point shot, and that just rims off, and Woomy gets a rebound and he brings it up. Looking to go coast to coast, but that's stolen by Drew Lasker. Lovely steal, nice Euro step, and 2 points for Drew Lasker. Eagles lead 11-6.
Yeah, most of those Eagles points come right round the hoop, haven't they, in the paint.
Good
very contrasting early difference between the two teams offensively. Nice move.
That was a really nice play from Hassan.
That was a super move, but you've got to give credit to Scott. He did just what was needed to make that shot into a more difficult one.
Yeah, a nice pass back from Hassan to Kai Williams, and Kai Williams cutting the basket, misses the shot. It's good defense from Scott Martin. Unfortunately, Darius Defoe picked up a foul on the rebound. There's Hassan giving it inside to Jamal Williams. Kai Williams from outside shooting the three, misses. Jamal Williams taking offensive rebound back with his brother. Nice interchange from the brothers, and a lane from Jamal for 2 points, makes it 11-8.
Yeah, every offense now, they've just spotted somebody wide open on the three. Eagles might have to think about this strategy of their defense. Can't ignore this many, a team that can shoot this many threes.
Lovely move from Darius Defoe from the top of the 3-point line, makes it into the paint and lays it in for two.
Yeah, Yeah, undeterred out of the Eagles. They're saying, you make the long shots, but we're going to make the ones inside.
But there again, the other end, exactly the point Dave made. Jamal Williams cutting inside, finding a little space and making the 2 points. Lasker goes in tough but misses the shot. It's another steal by Jude Lasker, but taken back off him by Zaire Taylor.
Early signs this is going to be the game everybody expected. Everything's living up to the pre-match billing.
It's nice ball movement from London inside, really nice ball movement. Got Kai Williams free, but he's missed his shot. Jackman takes a rebound. Again goes coast to coast with a lovely lane on his left hand. Lovely play from Olin Jackman. Of course, Olin Jackman, a former London player. When we tried to penetrate and threw the ball straight to Fletcher, Fletcher went up the line, missed the 2 points. London come up with the rebound.
Could be a sign for the Eagles here. They're forcing a few turnovers with the way they're switching up on defence, and they're putting the pressure on the London players.
Taylor coming inside there, Hassan puts the shot and misses it.
I just thinking you hadn't mentioned his name until then, but I mean he's been quiet, but he's been quietly doing a lot for his teammates.
Lovely move by Fletcher to the back. On the left hand and floating it in off the glass. Another 2 points stretches the Eagles lead to 17-10 with 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Taylor setting it up again for London. To Jamal, back inside to Taylor. Taylor facing up. Great hands from Fletcher, got a free to Jackman. Jackman finds Defoe, and Defoe's foul as he tries to go to the basket by Owomi.
This is a previous question we posed. With Drew starting, who would be an important impact player off the bench? And clearly tonight the Eagles are confident enough to go with Joe Hart, which I think is good. I thought he made a really good debut last week, and he really concentrated on adding to the teamwork that the Eagles already had. Really impressed with his debut last week.
Yeah, it's a good point, Dave, because normally if either Parks or Fletcher goes off, the other one takes the ball, but with both of them not being on, it'd be interesting to see who takes the ball. You'd expect it to be Hart, but it could also be Fenoy, who has been playing as a forward most of the season so far, but could easily move to the point at this stage.
There'll be no surprise as to what Fab does for his impact. I've been watching this guy for years, and his impact will be he's going to guard somebody really tough. He's going to motivate his players and really make his impact that way.
That's a nice play from Ikwin, finding Hassan inside, and that's 2 points for Lions. Cuts the gap to 6 points. Eagles 18, Lions 12 with 3:27 to go. And that's an offensive foul from Darius Defoe at the top of the key. Trying to set a screen, it's a legal screen.
Joe Akimwa's impact has been immediate. He's changed the dynamic of their team. They're now looking for either him or Hassan, and the other one is going straight to basket as an inside threat. Big change in the way the Lions are approached this game after that timeout. And we saw last week how devastating a timeout can be with impact players coming in. Changed the whole game against Surrey.
The Eagles have made a change as well there. After picking up that foul, Defoe takes a rest, and Christian Behrens has come on. Again, as Eagles with double teaming Taylor there. Kimwin going into the paint again, trying to get a shot. Nice turnaround, misses the shot. Hassan goes up for the rebound, but well blocked out by Fenoy.
Excellent blocking out, excellent boxing out.
Jackman found Behrens inside. It was a nice move, but not a good finish. And again, Lions come away. Oh, that was from way downtown from Zaire Taylor. NBA range and some. Behrens takes the rebound, looks very aggressive as he's coming forward. Here's it off to Fenoy. Hart curls round. Behrens, that's a travel.
Yeah, Christian was picked up for a few of those loose turnovers last week. I mean, that's almost like if it was a tennis match, you'd be saying that was an unforced error. I think he's got to get used to the fact of how the British officials do call the travel over here. I mean, in the NBA, you can go for a walk, can't you, before you're picked up? But these guys with the whistles over here are really keen to. I would say it's one of the biggest calls.
Yeah, it's definitely only 3 steps in the BBL, whereas it's like Strictly Come Dancing sometimes in the NBA. Fletcher back on for Olin Jackman. Taylor now guarded by Hart. Again, that's another interesting move by the Eagles.
Well, I think it's a sign of confidence, isn't it, in his defensive abilities.
Behrens on Hassan. Hassan takes Behrens to the basket and lays it in. Nice move by Hassan.
Really nice move for a big guy, showing some good ball handling skills as he found his way to the basket.
Scott Morton penetrating inside for Noy, comes off
beautiful.
the great rebound from Christian Burns, and lovely block. Nice play all round by the Eagles. Noy missed the shot, but Burns stayed with it and got a good offensive rebound. The score now 20-14.
Really good phase of play there. I mean, Scott, who's used to spotting up and hitting the threes, was closed down, took advantage immediately of the opportunity to get past his man, which ultimately led to that nice handoff for the easy two for Christian.
And just before we were saying there, we hadn't seen much of his hands. Certainly we're seeing a lot of them since the timeout, echoing Dave's points about London have changed and looking more inside. Hart, unfortunate, slips on the court there and gives the ball away. It's a long pass from Taylor, and Kai Williams in the open makes the 2 points, and suddenly it's a 2-point game.
Yep. Timeout's gone in London's favour, got them right back in the game. They've changed the dynamic of their offence, a lot more concentrating now on getting to the Eagles' paint.
That could be a big foul call, that one, Dave. It's second foul already on Alex Awumi, trying to block the shot from behind. And
yeah, he's going straight to the bench. I mean, I would think it's pretty common among coaches these days, just to give the viewers an insight into here. Most coaches, you could pick up a 2 fouls in the first quarter, then you go into the bench, because no coach wants to have any player on his team with 3 fouls in the first quarter.
that foul was on Fletcher, who goes to the line, misses the first of his 2 free throws. Awumi's replacement is backup point guard Andre Lockhart, who used to play 1 season at the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, from the refereeing point of view, not really a factor at the moment, because neither team, there's only 1:19 left in the quarter, neither team anywhere near the penalty.
I think that's a game that's talking about with a lot of 3-point shooting and stretching the perimeter. Not so much play. Lockhart now with the ball. Back to Taylor, as I say, guarded by Hart. That's a foul by Hart. Bumped him as he went to the basket. Clear foul.
So we've got here 2 ex-Eagles playing against the current Eagles.
That's it, yeah. And obviously you've got Chapman not on court, but he's an ex-London Lion. I think both Joe Kinman and Andre Lockhart only had 1 season at the Eagles, but they made a lot of friends and certainly did well in the season who was there.
Yeah, and I think he's now in his 4th season, I think, with the Lions, Joe Kimwer.
Yeah,
I think he's made progress, hasn't he, since they left the Eagles? And he came to the Eagles as a certain type of player, left a much improved player, and he's certainly continued that development in his time with the Lions.
I would definitely agree with that. I think getting more court time, obviously, as well, one of the big key factors, and showing his worth to the club and the roster by being captain the last 2 years. Fletcher now guarded by Lockhart. Now sets a screen. Fletcher, nice shake and bake, and finds Hart back to Fletcher. It's still good defense from London. Fletcher got free on Taylor and makes a lovely 2-point shot. 23-18 as we enter the last 30 seconds of the game. The first quarter.
Thinking about that shot there, do you think there's been any factor in terms of the fact that Dre Parks can't play tonight, or do you think these have just gone on with business as usual?
I think they haven't looked so much outside, but I think you've got to give Lions credit for looking at probably Eagles tape and realising that the outside threat's there. And with Parks not playing, they're probably thinking Eagles will try and go inside a bit more. And certainly that was a nice 12 to sort of 14-foot shot from Fletcher. And it may be something that we need to watch out for the rest of the game. 19 seconds left in the quarter, and Eagles lead 23-18. I think Eagles will be reasonably happy if they can come up with a defensive stop here and maybe get that last shot. Taylor on Hart again, finds Hickman, who slips. The Eagles have got the ball, they could hold for that last shot, but they've gone straight up to the basket. Fletcher's floater comes off the rim, taken rebound by Kai Williams. And there is the buzzer for the end of the first quarter. Very entertaining first quarter, and the Eagles just in front. This is an interesting move. Taylor now actually on the bench, and the backup point guard, little Kevin Moyo is on. Very small guy, but apparently very, very quick.
Yeah, I think the point you were making about Kevin before the game is watch out for his assists rather than him wanting to be a scorer.
They had 8 assists in the cup win last week against Plymouth, but didn't take a shot. There's Awumi going inside for 2 points. That was a tough move from Alex Awumi, going inside, not looking for an outside shot.
You don't keep him quiet for long.
So now at the point for the Eagles now, finds Berens outside, who's come on for Defoe. So now bounces it into Berens. Berens travels again. It's twice he's been called for a travel.
Yeah, Christian's got to give attention to his footwork because that was an obvious travel. It wasn't hard at all for the officials to pick that up, and it's the sort of thing you don't want. It's another Eagles offence where they haven't put up a shot.
And just watching the Eagles come back on defence there, for now certainly letting Berens know all about it and sort of try to jam him up there and get him moving. Oh, that was almost a steal there. Moyo finds Awumi, who takes a tough 3-point shot from the outside, which misses. Now comes up with the rebound, pushes the ball over half court himself, looking to go coast to coast, finds Christian Berens inside, and that's better for Christian Berens. Nice one step in lane.
Well, Fab and the coaching staff will be really pleased with that phase of play, because if that's what the shots that Alex Woom is going to put up tonight, then Fab's going to be really pleased with what he's doing. And the Eagles took great advantage of that miss by getting straight down the floor, right into the face of the London defence, and an easy 2 for Christian Berens.
A little bit probably concerned on defence because Jamal Williams there backed Christian Berens up, made a nice shot and cut the gap again to 3 points. Joe Hart going for a tough 3-point shot and makes it. That was a tough shot as well.
It was, because he had a hand right in his face, but he kept his poise. He does what all shooters you want them to do. He focused on nothing but that orange ring, and he made the shot.
Moyo outside again to Wumi. 3-pointer. Jamal Williams takes a rebound, brings it all the way out and shoots a 3. Christian Berens really needs to get a bit closer if he's going to do that. He's took the offensive rebound and then took the ball out of the key and shot the 3 quite comfortably.
Well, you know, that well-known phase among coaches, live by the outside shot, die by it. I don't know whether that's going to happen to London tonight, but they're absolutely fired up about taking wide open threes when they get the chance. From an Eagles point of view, you like that, making Jamal Williams put the ball on the ground.
There's a
game just before he was subbed out in the first quarter.
And obviously he'll be looking for Hassan inside, and Lockhart's come on and replaced Moyo as well. Kai Williams does make the extra shot from the line, and provisional substitution on him, so he's made the shot and walks off to be replaced by Zaire Taylor. And the score now all level at 28-all with 7:31 to play in the half. Lasker now's come on for Joe Hart. Sorry, he hasn't come on for Joe Hart, he's come on for Scott Martin. For now looking to see whether he should shoot the ball. Gives it to Hart on the baseline, back out. For now going for the 3-point line. Just hits the rim and comes back out. Joe Hart just fails to take the rebound.
I don't think Fab had any choice there, because he had the ball twice and he's looking, and none of his teammates were really getting open in a good position to be a threat. And with the clock ticking down, I think he was absolutely right to release that shot. The shot might have missed, but there's always a chance that you're going to get the offensive rebound.
Lockhart looks as if he's playing the point now. Finds Rumi in the corner, tries to penetrate the basket again. A very poor shot, but it's a really good rebound taken by Hassan. And actually a 24-second clock violation there, because although Hassan took the rebound, his shot didn't hit the rim, and that makes the 24 seconds where you've got to have a shot which at least hits the rim has expired, and it's a turnover and it's Eagles ball.
Yeah, I mean, impressive as Hassan's catch was there to take that offensive rebound in the angle he had his body. Most impressive thing about that phase of play was the Eagles defense to get that 24-second turnover.
What's happened here is Fletcher's brought the ball up, and Flanoy's tried to set a screen, and the referee's called it as a blocking foul, and therefore an offensive foul on Flanoy. On Lockhart, as Lockhart tried to challenge Fletcher.
I'm not convinced about that. I thought, yes, it was a hard screen, but I'm not too sure he moved his body that much. I've seen far greater movement on setting a screen being called than that. That was just a hard foul.
It's given London the ball and it's given London a chance to take the lead. Lockhart throws it into Hassan. He works hard. And as he turned around Scott Martin been given a foul for a block. Eagles in just a little bit of foul trouble there. 3 fouls to 0 in the quarter so far.
Yeah, within 2 or 3 passes, Hassan is planting himself right into the heart of that Eagles defence and causing them problems.
And this time we've got a foul going the other way as Jackman planted his feet really well and took the charge from Hassan.
Easy call, good defensive play, fed his feet well, and Hassan dropped his shoulder straight into the chest. Very easy call for the officials.
3 fouls in very quick succession, causes a bit of a sort of break in the play. Fletcher now with the ball for the Eagles and looking to penetrate, gives it to Martin outside. He goes for the 3-point shot, misses it. Great rebound there by Drew Lasker. Gives the ball to Olin Jackman. Olin Jackman blocked, comes out and shoots the 3 and just misses as well. Rebound taken by Hassan and London pushing the ball up over the halfway line. Lockhart finding Hassan. Wooby gets good position inside, but great defence from Fab Fanoy.
Yeah, great help out defence, And I was just about to say, you know, good move by Olin Jackman. The team from London was surrounding the basket well and he dribbled it out, but I'm not so sure about his decision to turn around and jack up the 3.
I think having made the call to come out, the Eagles probably should have run a play rather than shoot that 3. But good defence to get the ball back, and Fletcher now with the ball in the offence, trying to set something up, finds Fanoy. Fanoy goes inside the key, finds Jackman on the outside, he shoots a 3 off the rim again, and Jamal Williams takes the rebound. Still 28-28.
It would be nice to see that one drop from an Eagles point of view because it was a great drive. He was being so effective, I can't think of any other reason why the coaching staff would want to take him off.
It's definitely a blood injury because the substitute has come on as Joe Ickman and he's taken the free throws. He's made the first one. And that actually puts the London Lions into the lead at 29-28.
It'd be interesting to see if Akinwa takes up that role that Hassan was doing. He's maybe not quite as big a threat inside, but he certainly takes up a lot of space, and he certainly knows what to do when he gets in there off the ball.
Jackman wide open for a 3, found by Defoe, and he's great shot from Olin Jackman. That puts the Eagles back in front by a point, 31-30, but very intelligent play by Darius Defoe.
It was great kick out, and credit where it's due. I feel that over the 3 games so far, that Olin Jackman has really improved as an outside threat.
And there's a little bit of a difference from Ickman to what Hassan does. A long 2, which he makes, and lines back up by a point, 32-31. Oh, lovely move by Fletcher again, going to the basket, but his floater just falls short. And Taylor coming back down to there for a 3. His shot goes off, and Defoe takes a rebound. Finds Fletcher. Fletcher looking to penetrate, and it's foul as he goes to the basket. This could be a crucial foul. It's actually a foul on Taylor. I wasn't sure it was going to be a foul on Taylor or Woomy. It would have been a Woomy's 3rd. It's actually Taylor's 1st, but it's a foul. Fletcher's fouled in the act of shooting, so he will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, I mean the stats from the first half show that the contrasting styles. Eagles have made 1 from 2 attempts from the 3-point line, and London Lions have had 8 attempts in the first quarter, of which they've been successful on 2. No real great differences anywhere. Eagles only on 4 turnovers, which is what you like as a coach for a quarter, and the Lions on 6. No really other really outstanding stats from the first quarter.
Fletcher makes 1 from 2 from the line and pulls the game level at 32-all. And again, it's Taylor and Fletcher battling away, with Taylor bringing the ball up and Fletcher guarding him. He finds Jamal, who faces up to Defoe. Great defense from Darius Defoe. Jamal, though, finds his brother Kai into a Woomy, who tries to find Kai Williams inside, but great hands from Drew Lasker. Olin Jackman now go to the basket. Lovely layoff that was. and Scott Martin now battling for the rebound. Eagles can't get the ball to drop.
Yeah, if you take a look at this London offence here, if they're running it the same way they've been, although he's gone right deep inside, Kim was been causing all of his problems from the high post area, whereas Hassan was slipping from the high post and wanting to be on the basket.
That was a nice shot from Kai Williams there to put London back up 34-32. Nice pass from Darius Defoe. Unfortunately, another travel from the Eagles. This time it was Drew Lasker.
I think there's a look of astonishment on everybody's face in the building about that call. I mean, the ones with Christian Baines were clear, but I'm not sure about that one. But interesting strategy there from, Joe Kimwer. As I said, he doesn't quite have the presence around the basket that Richard Hassan does, but he's causing a lot of problems setting screens on the free throw line in the high post area.
Certainly, we thought the Lions would ask questions of the Eagles, and that's exactly what they have done. And at the moment, the Eagles not quite coming up with any answers. Taylor now with the ball for Lions, and a 2-point lead to them. And Taylor looking to make it more. Jamal Williams from 3-point range. That one's just off, and a great rebound from Darius Defoe, who's off to the races, gives it to Jackman. Jackman finds Martin inside. Martin shot half block. Darius Defoe goes for the rear from, gets it. Nice play. Back out to
Darius.
Martin, looking for a three. Just off again. Scott Martin's shooting to just
not quite making his shots at the moment, is he?